You're here live with Coach Lew at Accelerate Life University, your #1 source for self-education success. XLR8life.com. Hey guys, it's time for Breakthrough with Coach Lew. Coming to you live from Accelerate Life University, XLR8life.com. Coach Lew will help you break through anything that's stopping you. Are you ready to get the motivation, the energy, the life, and all the success you really want and deserve? With no further ado, here's Coach Lew. Here's Coach Lew.
Did you ever take just one brief second and stop and ask yourself, what about me? What about me? When is there time for me? And I know you're probably going, oh God, here we go. Coach has turned into one of them that's all about me. What about me? No. Just take a second here. But seriously, when was the last time, and think about this, that you took a minute, an hour, maybe a day, or even possibly a week's vacation that was about you? And you might say, well, that kind of gets a little selfish sounding, Coach, right? I mean, I've got a family, I've got friends, I've got businesses, I've got people I need to serve, I got community, I got my congregation, whatever it is that you serve at your highest level. But what about you? When was the last time you had some time for you? Now, this isn't going to be woo type of program this morning where we go, oh, we got to sit in a corner and ohm and everything else. Maybe that's what you like. But I'm just saying, what about you? Can you ever be the best at what you do until you're recharged? We talk about this in H1. Can you be the best at what you do no matter what it is, or do the best by somebody else if you're not the healthiest you are physically, the strongest you are? We know the answer to that is no. We've been over that time and time again. But what about up here and in here? Your mental health, your emotional health. What about you? Do you ever take some time for you? So let's look at this. What eats up your time? What eats up this precious thing called time? Kids, Of course, you got to dedicate time to your kids. They need you. Spouse, you better be dedicating some time or you won't have that spouse. Pets, maybe your pets, oh, that damn dog. This is one of the funniest things I've ever encountered in life. People are like, I get this new puppy. I love this puppy. It's so cute. And, a few months later, it's a damn dog's got to be walked at 4 a.m. It wants to come in the bedroom. It scratch that damn dog. How the cute puppy turns into that damn dog is beyond me. I don't think the damn dog changed. I think it's the newness initially, and then you go, oh my God, this is responsibility. This takes some of my time. How about the business that was supposed to give you the freedom and the time? You started this business and whammo, it is your new baby. It is tougher than having a new baby. How about work? Is there always, you making up for the lazies out there? And my God, now in this day and age, this is the time where you're getting saddled with more work because, people want to sleep on bean bags during the day and have, playtime and, table tennis at the office. No, it's time to get down to work. But you know what? If you're a worker, you get stuck with that. Or if you're a manager and somebody doesn't show up, it falls on your plate and you're going, there's no time for me today. What about family, friends, coworkers, people you enjoy being with? You don't want to cheat them. You don't want to always be, I don't want to spend any time with you. You don't want to be, I'm too good for you. So you dedicate time. How about OPD? Do you dedicate some time to OPD? And you might be going, well, if I'm in Orlando with you, Coach, I know that means Orlando Police Department. No, other people's drama. Do other people's drama, the news, the social media crap suck you in and take away the precious time for you? I'm not saying that you sit there and go, oh, it's all about me. Oh, I'm selfish. But sometimes you got to be a little selfish and you got to recharge those batteries within you, or refuel you before you have anything to give, okay? That's the key here. So maybe it's not kids. Maybe you got that in order. Your spouse, you got a good relationship. Your pets are easy to maintain like mine. They're lizards. They're just as needy as dogs sometimes. The water dragons are like, oh, Dad's home, pick me up. Smacking on the side of the cage, but at least I don't have to take them out and walk them. They just crap in the cage, and then I got to clean it. Business, oh my God, yeah. Between the businesses, this isn't a single business. The show, the this, the that, this takes time. This isn't something I just kick on an iPhone on Monday morning like, people will tell you on the internet. All you got to do is film something on an iPhone and put it out there and you're going to have a podcast and a course and you're going to be making millions. Do you know how much goes into this? The research, the concept, the getting you to the show. And that's my biggest challenge, is getting enough people to know we even exist. Work, maybe you're working a job and you're working overtime because there's such a labor shortage, or maybe, there's family issues, or friends have, challenges, or they want to go out all the time, or the coworkers want to go out on Friday night after work, and you're really sick of having a hangover on Saturday. I was thinking of doing a show called Hangover one Monday to introduce you to how much time you lose if you drink excess amounts or any other social drugs or anything else, that the next day, how many people lose their Saturdays? Saturday's a work day for us, or Sundays. My God, if Saturday night we went out drinking, we'd have lost a great day yesterday. Got time to go see the kids. My niece was in town. Went to the beach, went and did some picking and buying and just some fun stuff. But if we'd been all hungover, that would have never been fun. It would have been like, oh God, help me. So, but my point is, what is it that's robbing your time? That might be different for you than me. Maybe it's the buzz, beep, ding, pop, crack, bang of social media, email, PMS, DMS. Oh, that's PMs and DMs. No, just kidding, being sarcastic there. But that's eating you up too. If you have alerts on your phone every time you get an email, or every time something happens on social media, it's dinging and hissing and popping and banging, and you're like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh my God. That's a total waste of time. Now you might go, Coach, I'm in business and social media is a big part of what I do. I get you. Same deal here. but don't go on to make a couple of posts and respond to some people in your circle and then get caught up in talking about why, somebody posted the other day and I this one trapped me. People who back in think they're better than everyone else when they back in a parking space. And I had to respond to that because I was like, no, it just makes common sense. If it makes me better than you, then okay, God bless you, feel that way. But when you back into a parking space, when you go to pull out, almost 90+% of parking lot accidents happen from somebody backing out of a parking space. So it's common sense. But I got caught up in this little, with people thinking, oh, it's ignorant people, or they think their shit doesn't stink because they back into a parking space. Yeah, dude, and it takes, 3 more seconds to back in. It's a waste of time. No, to me, it's a waste of time to sit there and fill out a report and have your insurance go through the roof. But I thought, I got kind of caught up in that. So, yes, backing in a parking space, when you see somebody that's done that, not that they're being an ass. It's really common sense to prevent accidents. And let's face it, none of us want to pay any more for insurance. None of us want to hit anybody or run somebody over or hit a kid. Just funny stuff like that. But I was like, 15 minutes later, I'm into this debate over, that backing in a parking space means you feel like you're better than somebody else. Okay, there might be one jerk off out there that backs in sideways with his Corvette and, takes up 3 spaces so nobody can get near his car. I get it. I have a nice car. I don't want anybody denting it either. People are ignorant in some cases, and others are very respective. You're going to find that everywhere. But my point to it see, it got me again. I went on a little rant. I just spent 30 seconds giving you background on something, but I got a little too far into it, giving you an example, of course, because nothing happens by accident here, of how social media can suck you in, the news can suck you in to waste your precious time. Okay? Now, does it mean you never take 20 or 30 minutes to scroll through social media and just bum around and respond to your friends? No, that's kind of maybe your downtime. Maybe that is what you like to do to take a break, but not all day long, every second. Ding! Oh, who is it? Oh my God. The oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. That's child's play. That's less than high school. That's middle school behavior. Okay? So where is the time for you? Okay? You got to be in the know when it comes to where is your time. And you think I mean like be in the know, like the knowledge, right? Be in the know. N-O. Okay? Say yes to you first. Then you have the ability to care for others. I would venture to say if you watch this show religiously or you're on here checking this out, you're somebody who's a giving, caring, contributory type of person. I wouldn't think you're a greedy, all about me person, but sometimes we get so about everybody else and everything else that we get lost in the picture. And you've got to take care of you first before you can take care of anybody else. Think of when you get on an airplane. What do they tell you to do? Okay, if a hole blows in the side of the plane, you put the mask on your kid first. No, bastards, they want you to put your mask on first. The heck with your kid. That's what it sounds like to you when they're like, secure your mask before taking care of the infants or other people in your party. And you're like, how greedy is that? Well, within seconds you could pass out. And let me tell you something, you pass out, there's no way you're going to care for your kid. There's no way you're going to care for the elderly person sitting next to you. So you get that oxygen mask on and then you have the ability to care for others. It's the same thing in charging you up and making sure you have time for you before you do for others. Because you will never, ever, ever, ever be at your full level of capability of doing for others. And I know that this is a group out here that does for others and cares for others and cares for your community. But you can't do that when you're running on empty. If your friend needs a ride to work and they live across town and your gas tank, you got 3 miles till empty and their work is 25 miles, no matter how much you want to give to them and care for them and make sure they get to work, you're going to run out of gas in 3 or 4 miles. They're going to be stuck. You're screwing them over. You're screwing yourself over because you're stuck in the heat waiting for AAA to come bring you gas. You got to fill the tank up first. And I know these are super, super simple analogies. They're so simple they might even sound stupid. You might go, Coach, you're a dumbass. Well, I would hope not. But my point is to really bring this home and down to earth to you so you can go, oh, I get it. This is simple stuff. This isn't recreate the wheel. This isn't recreate the world. This isn't this big aha moment. This is a little distinction. Excuse me while I sip a coffee. I'm going to tell you about this in a minute. I have found the world's best coffee I have ever had in the world. And I know you're going, uh-oh, commercial time. Well, it is going to be kind of a commercial time, but it is coming from the heart. So, how do you say yes to you first, say no to the things that don't serve you? How do you do it? It's simple. You want 3 little steps to it. Number 1, you've got to know at your heart and soul you need it and you deserve it. You can't say, I should take more time for myself. You'll should all over yourself. Should. As in the word should. You'll should all over yourself. Yeah, thought that'd give you a laugh. And you also need to know you deserve it. Okay, some people don't feel like they deserve time to themselves. Well, I'm a mom, I can't take time to myself, or I'm a dad, or I'm a boss, or I'm a critical part of my team, or I'm a medical doctor, or I'm a evac pilot, I'm a firefighter, I'm a police officer. You know, I can, well, yes, again, let me tell you something. When it comes to being maybe a paramedic, so you're like give, push, you're exhausted. You're going to screw up if you're too tired. If you don't, if you're even in the things that these guys see, we just had a horrendous murder, attempted suicide, family situation right here in Longwood over the past week. And, you know, you're a paramedic, you see that all the time, you don't take the time to decompress and process that, you're going to make a mistake somewhere out on a call because you're so in overwhelm. So, you know, and not saying you know that's intentional, but in a situation like that, you can't just go day to day on overdrive, giving and helping others and giving and never replacing that without getting to a point where it's going to burn you out or hurt somebody else. So if you care about people, you care about your community, you care about your family, get some you time in. And I'm not talking about, you know, becoming this, you know, total, what do they call it, stoic, where it's only you and you just wander around by yourself and focus on you and meditate and climb mountains and stuff. This sure as hell sounds good for a day or two, that's for sure. I've got vacation coming up myself. It's going to be awesome. But you see, my point is you've got to recharge the battery. It's like your cell phone. You want it to work? You got to plug it in at some point. Okay? Elon, please come up with a cell phone that does not need recharging, that you can just set it in the sun or something. Would you please already? With all the technology you've come up with, please. I'm begging you. Your Pi phone needs to come out anyway. So we can have an option to the hemorrhoid or the Apple nightmare. Okay, either one of them are good in their ways, and neither one of them are perfect by any means. But until we find that auto recharge where you can push a button and put your hand on a hand scanner and it recharges and measures everything you need for your body and gives you an injection or an IV of exactly the nutrients you need at that moment, and, you know, a way to plug your finger into the computer and decompress all your thoughts. Until we have that, you have got to have some you time. Okay? So know that you need and deserve it. Know that at your heart level. Then decide it's a must. Okay? This is important. So what are some of the other musts in your life? Well, I must pick my kids up from school at 3 o'clock. Okay, well, yeah, you do technically have a choice. However, if you leave your children there overnight too many times, DHS will be knocking at your door and you will have a bigger problem. So if you're supposed to pick your kids up at 3 o'clock at school, you might get there at 2:55, traffic was a little light. You might get there at 3:05. You got stuck by a couple of lights, but you got there. No teacher's going to go, oh, you're a bad parent, I'm calling DHS. But you forget your kids entirely. What the hell? So that's kind of a must. And it's scheduled. This is step 3. Schedule and follow through. Okay, you might know you need to pick your kids up at 3, but you got to get in the car and go there. And you got to put it on a schedule. You can't go, I'm going to get my kids sometime today from school. Okay, you start showing up at 5, 6 o'clock, you're going to have an officer there wanting to know what the hell's going on, why your kid was left at school for 2 extra hours. You show up at noon every day, you're going to have a teacher and a principal pulling you aside going, you can't pull the kid out of the school at noon every day, you're missing 3 or 4 periods. Let's get this on a schedule. Let's follow through. Same deal. This is what you need to do. Know you need it and deserve it. Decide it's a must. And then schedule it. Put it on the calendar. Me time. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to go for a massage. I'm going to go do a workout. I'm going to learn a new language. I'm going to go to the beach and jump in the water and swim for 30 minutes because it re-energizes me once a week or on these days or once every 2 weeks, and start scheduling this stuff out. And you can really pull this off. It doesn't take, you don't have to, it doesn't mean a full-fledged vacation, which I'm not against either. But take a 15-minute vacation. Meditate for 15 minutes. Pray for 15 minutes, however you like to term that. Do a pizzazz, take a nap, do a quick yoga in the middle of the day. Go for a walk instead of going to the bar downstairs in your office building and having a cocktail and some fries with your friends from the office. Go for a frickin' walk. Drink a vegetable juice and go for a walk. Go get some sun on your body. Go breathe some air. There is time. You can't say, well, it's part of my job, I got to entertain, so I got to go to the bar on Friday night. No, you don't. No, you don't. That's a choice. Okay, so there's great examples all the way through. So, maybe you go, well, I have a little trouble with this. I know I need it and deserve it. I know it's a must, but I don't have time. I want to work out. I want to get at least 30 minutes of exercise in a day, but once my day starts, it don't end. I get it. Sometimes if I don't get a workout in the morning, I screw myself, because then it's either 8, 9 o'clock at night, and then I'm going to have trouble sleeping, or I miss the workout, right? So, okay, well, you got to be at the office at 8. How about, normally you get up at 6:30 to be able to figure in drive time, getting the kids off to school. How about getting up at 6 before anybody gets up, or 5:30, get some exercise in then, and then go. And you might go, well, I don't have a full-fledged gym at my house. Now you start with the excuses all over yourself stuff. And you go, okay, well, do a little yoga practice. Do some push-ups. Do something that you can do at home. And then get to the gym as often as you can. But if you miss a day at the gym, but you've gotten up and you did 15 minutes of yoga, 50 push-ups, and maybe 50 crunches before the kids get up and before you technically start your day, that's a whole lot better than doing nothing. Okay? So just giving you ideas and examples, guys. And this isn't about making you wrong for how you are now. It's about giving you the ability to take you to the next level. How do you feel better? How do you have more energy? How do you decompress from what you deal with? Maybe you're not a paramedic, pulling people out of wrecked cars or pulling a drowned child out of a retention pond or something. Maybe you go, I don't have quite that kind of drama, coach. I don't have that level. But man, I'll tell you what, my boss is really a tough one. Oh man, you're under pressure too, okay? And it could be having the same effect on your body, okay? Because a lot of that's perception. But I'm not saying that, if you feel like, oh my God, I only work a little job, or even better yet, well, I'm just a homemaker. I'm a stay-at-home mom. Okay, well, that's no easy job. I raised kids too. I get it. But, and all that goes with that, that doesn't mean that, you don't deserve you time. Just because you're not out there fighting fires and pulling people out of wreckages doesn't mean you don't have stress. Doesn't mean you don't need time for you. And it's equally as important, just maybe different levels or different amounts to offset that. It's the same thing with somebody who's a heavy-duty physical laborer, might need to go for massage or chiropractic more often than somebody who does that's moderately active and does a moderate activity job. They might not need an hour a week of massage. They might be able to go in and get a quick half hour and boom, or 15 minutes in the mall chair thing, and they're good to go. It's all relevant, but there still has to be time for you. So what is the fourth invisible key here? Okay, we know when you need and deserve it. You've decided it's a must. Now you've scheduled some of it and you're following through, but you still feel like you don't really have the time. Okay, well, there's two lists in this world. One is your to-do list, to-do list is only part or an action list of a greater picture of time management, which we're going to talk about soon. I'm going to do about a 4 to 6 week stint on time management. Can't imagine any of us need that out there, can you? All right, so imagine doing that, but as important as the to-do list is the not to-do list. Sit down when we're done with the show today. Take 5 or 10 minutes for yourself. And if you got to clock out at work, go clock out and sit in the bathroom with a notepad. If you got to go hide, God forbid. We live in a day and age where people are sleeping on bean bags in their office while the clock is ticking. I think that your boss can give you 5 or 10 minutes for yourself you go, hey, I just need 10 minutes. I gotta figure something out. You know what? Guess what? One of my staff comes to me and says, I need 5 or 10 minutes to figure something out. That's going to make me better from the rest of my day, more productive, and I just got to handle this real quick first. I'm going to go, please, go do it. Get it off your plate. Let's whatever's taking your attention or your focus, get it done. But however you do this, and just make a list of not what you have to do, but what should you not be doing? And you might be going, well, I have to do everything. I have to do it all. I have to do it all. I'm a single mom. I'm a single dad. I have to go to school and work. Well, yeah, okay, but what don't you have to do? Well, I have to do my laundry. Yeah, it takes me, 3-4 hours a week. Do you really? If you could pay somebody $20 to do your laundry each week, and it saved you 4 hours, like $5 an hour, is that what your time's worth? If you could free up 4 hours a week for 20, 30, even maybe 50, think about it. You could get somebody to do some basic tasks for you for $50 a week, and it freed up 5 hours of your time. Is your time not worth more than $10 an hour? If it's not, you better get some skills in this world. You better start to grow. Okay? And I'm not picking on you if you don't make as much money or less money or more money than I do or your neighbor does. I'm just saying, if you could pay somebody $10 an hour to take these tasks that are eating up hours of your week, would you do it? Of course you would. And you might be going, well, I can't find an assistant for $10 an hour. But that's not the key. You might get somebody who's like your house cleaner, who's cleaning your house, and get her to do the laundry by paying her an extra 10, so she's doing the laundry while she's there cleaning your house, and you go, hey, if you throw the laundry in and take it out while you're here, I'll bump it up, 10 or 20 extra bucks. Boom, you're done. You've just saved 4 hours a week. Now you have the time. You either have the time for that self-care, or you might go, I only need an hour or two a week for self-care. I'm going to dedicate that other 2 hours into starting this business I've always dreamed of, or tending to my business, or growing my business, or getting my education. You see where I'm going with this? Oh, and I'm going way ahead because I'm really wanting to dig into the time management and the time creation stuff, but that's coming. That's coming. So get rid of the to-do list and make it into an action item list. Focus on outcome, but make that do not do list. What can you get away with not doing? Some things you don't have to delegate or do anything to. You just need to eliminate them. Stop watching the news, because you might go, oh, I'm going to watch the news for 10 minutes to see what the weather's going to be like, and an hour later you're sucked into, Middle East politics, or Russia's war with the Ukraine, or Biden's whatever. I don't even know what he does. Or any other politician at that matter. Our politicians right now are a freaking joke, okay? And we all know it. But there's your classic sign of wasting time and money. Don't be that. Don't be a politician. Okay? Be an operator, an operative of your life. Be a control in your own life. Don't make excuses and smoke screens of why you can't. And this is to yourself. You can tell the world why you can, can't, etc., etc. We can all talk a good game. I can turn this on and talk a good game and tell you all this, and then, get off here and go, I have no time to go to the chiropractor this week. Once in a while, I miss a chiropractic appointment. Something comes up and happens. It doesn't mean you're failing out on this. It just means that once in a while, things don't go as planned. And that's what we call white space in our schedules and our time. Those are little spaces, if you look at your calendar, that's not full back to back to back to back. I'm not trying to tell you to back and stack your calendar so there's not 5 minutes in between things. Even if one of those things is your decompression, your time. I don't want it stacked like that, because sometimes that emergency phone call comes in. Sometimes you have a family member emergency. I'm not talking about drama. Okay, oh my God. No, that can wait till later. But, your child has an illness, or your child is injured, or they're really upset by something, or something happened, or there's been an accident, or, these things you can't control. You got to have that white space that you go, okay, it took me an extra half hour to get to work, but I'm still okay because I leave with plenty of time. Not, oh my God, all the time. Get away from the OMG stuff a little bit. But get that not to-do list going. That's your homework for today. And guys, I was going to tell you, I am in heaven. Okay? I have found the best coffee. And I'm a coffee snob. I hate to say it. I'm a coffee snob. Number 1 on the list is I want something that's not loaded with pesticides. Number 2 on the list, I want it to be clean, raised, sustainably raised. We don't want something that's destroying the earth just to provide a cup of coffee for Coach. And I'm not Mr. Greenpeace woo-woo. I believe you pay attention to the earth and take care of what takes care of us. And it isn't by, totally rehabbing the entire way we do things in this world. It's by the small things, Get something that's sustainably farmed. Get something that, they use workers and not machines to pick, so that people are making a living from it. When you cut up vegetables and that stuff and there's leftover pieces of it, throw it in the garbage can, go bury it in your backyard and put it back to the earth. It's simple. That's not being woo-woo and and putting on Birkenstocks and a robe and looking around for spaceships kind of thing. It's just simple. Try to do the best you can. Put your coffee grounds, bury them back in the earth and let them turn into better, healthier soil. Our soil is depleted. I mean, there's things that we know. But, my point to that was clean, sustainably raised, organic, no mycotoxins. Mycotoxins are basically molds that make you sick and heartburny and makes your stomach feel funky when you drink coffee. But a big thing, too, I got to tell you, is flavor. And especially me, I'm a dark, bold coffee man. And not too long ago, I came across Life Boost, okay? And I was like, ooh, that looks really good on screen. We don't even say on paper anymore. And I'm like, dang, and I started digging into it and some of the doctor research, and it's also one of the lowest acid coffees out there. And this is all documented stuff. This isn't hula, hoopla advertising. And I'm like, yeah, but does it taste good? And I'm like, well, there's only one way in the hell world to find this out, and that is to get some and try it out. Well, we got 2 different blends of it. Oh my God. And it's single source coffee, by the way. The thing with single source coffee, and I'm giving you a little lesson on coffee, you're getting it from the same region, the same people, the same soil, and you can count on the same taste. Not even going into the fact that there's no chemicals and pesticides and stuff, because you know where it's coming from. This coffee that's sourced from everywhere else and mixed together is your Starbucks version. Then they over roast it so it all tastes the same. So basically they burn the bean which does some damage to the actual molecular side of the bean, but we're not going to get in that. So that whether you're in California or here or New York or Paris, their coffee tastes the same, but it's inferior. They use garbage beans and stuff like that. So not here to bash any local coffee places or anything else, but I have found the best all-around coffee I've ever had, and it's Life Boost. So in the post on the site, there's links to it. I am an affiliate of Life Boost, so I'll tell you, there's nothing to hide there. I'm not allergic to profit. I'm not getting rich on Life Boost. But if you order through my link, I get a small commission, which helps me keep these shows going. Don't forget, I pay a hefty streaming bill each year to have the streaming service to do this. This isn't free. I'm not using some free thing on the internet to stream. I have equipment. I have research time, all kinds of stuff. There's a lot of expense that goes into this, and I'm not going, oh, poor me, I want you to, I'm going to start charging you to be on the show or anything else. Hey, our Breakthrough blog is free. You go, well, why do I have to, register for it? Well, the reason you register for the Breakthrough blog on Accelerate Life is so we don't have scammers and spammers. I don't want you enjoying this material when you go back to look and have somebody going, hey, you want to buy, crypto? Hey, you want to do this? Hey, check out naked pictures at this site and all this kind of stuff. I don't want this on our blog. I want you to be able to come enjoy it, interact in our community, and that's why our blog is private on acceleratelife.com. Now, the shows we do live in public every Monday morning, but all your replays, and there's more than replays on there. There's some vintage shows and stuff. Now I call them vintage because they're older, but stuff that I reuse from previous years that are still in effect, and stuff that bits and pieces from courses I've taught that help with and put it all together with this. So get on our blog and go ahead and there's links in the post to Life Boost Coffee. And I challenge you this: if you're a coffee drinker, try it. You're going to love it. If you don't love it, don't love it. But if you love it, help me spread the word on it, because it is absolutely the best coffee in the world. I'm not going back to anything else. And my number 2 that I was drinking before we switched over is Bulletproof. I love Bulletproof. Just Life Boost is a step up from it. I still do the coconut oil, the refined coconut oil that I get from Bulletproof in with the coffee. The cool thing is if you get one of the frothers, you can froth whatever nut milk or whatever you want to use with that and make it into a cappuccino. And it is primo, especially the midnight blend from Life Boost. Oh, unbelievable. I mean, there's not often I rave about a product or say, try something. Try this, guys. And let me know how you like it. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're that person who goes, I love coffee, but it gives me heartburn. Well, problem solved. I love coffee, but I heard it's loaded with chemicals. Truth, but problem solved. I want to drink a healthier, better coffee, but I don't want it to taste like pea water. Solved. This stuff kicks butt. It's the most flavorful I've ever had. All right, so enough commercial on Life Boost, but I really wanted you guys to, I want to bring something to you that's useful. And the thing is, we're talking about you time. So go out, schedule some you time, whether it's reading, this, that, or the other. Grab yourself a cup of Life Boost coffee and see about some clarity. Get some clarity in life, because clarity is power, my friends. All right, I'm going to say for this point, I'm going to let you go this morning, because it has been, we're right about on schedule. I'm just a little bit over as usual, but you know how that goes. I always have one more thing for you, and that is to make sure that you live this week with the greatest level of love, passion, faith, energy, and always live your dreams. This is Coach Lew signing off. Until next time, make sure you catch our podcast on Spotify or on Apple iTunes or all the other major podcasts, and come back every Monday morning here to XLR, the number 8, life, life.com. /LCTV for Life Coach TV, where each and every week we're going to hit a subject, we're going to help you out with something, we're going to give you tools free. Okay, I have courses on there. I have courses on the site. We have Heals, which is amazing. And we have our goal setting workshop, and we're going to have a time management course coming out soon. We have stuff that you can buy and pay for and really deep dive into, but the blog is always going to be free. All right, these trainings on Monday morning. And you know, it's a show, yes, but it's trainings. I'm giving you some cool, fun training to take your life to the next level. Why not? If you're going to be here on this planet, why not step up and live life to the fullest, right? So on that note, live with faith, energy, passion, always live your dreams. This is Coach Lew signing off. Have an absolutely amazing day, guys.
Ready to take it to the next level? Next level? Tune in to XL. Ready to take it to the next level? Next level? Tune in to XLR8Life.com for our live shows, encore presentations, life-changing courses, and live coaching with Coach Lew himself. As Coach Lew always says, live with faith, energy, love, passion, and always live your dream.